There's nothing more obnoxious than having an easygoing Sunday morning ruined by a pair of warring ghosts. Unfortunately, that was my reality far more often than not. "You're blocking the screen, you talking feather duster!" Hayward Kensington III snapped at Flapjack, a gorgeous Himalayan cat who had once been my childhood pet. "Newsflash, stuffed shirt. I'm a ghost. You can see perfectly fine right through me." Yeah, that's right. The cat talks. This is one of those things that sounds fun, but in reality turns out to be more of a pain in the rear than anything else. On the bright side, he doesn't require a litter box, and he doesn't meow when I use the can opener. But it's distorted. With an irritated growl, I stalked into the living room, coffee mug in hand. "Do you two mind?" I snapped, directing a frosty glare at my two constant, whether I wanted them to be or not, dearly not quite departed companions. Hayward bristled at my sharp tone and had the good sense, or manners, to look embarrassed. He wrung his gloved hands and bowed his head so that his face was mostly concealed by the silvery shadow of his top hat. "Apologies, Lady Scarlet," he started, leaning into his Oxford accent. "I was simply trying to convey my displeasure to that beast." Flapjack hissed in protest. His thick tail swished all the more, blurring the small TV screen entirely. And to think the day had started off so well. Still scowling, I skirted the back of the long couch and moved further into the living room, then set my mug on the coffee table, careful not to slosh any of the scalding liquid over the sides. I slammed my hands on my hips and planted my legs wide, glaring at the pair of them. "What is the one thing that I ask of you two?" Flapjack sat down and swirled his tail around his front paws. I swear he shrugged. "I can't help it if he's so touchy about everything." "Get down from there," I said, snapping my fingers and pointing at the floor. Flapjack's eyes narrowed, but he dropped off the edge of the entertainment center, landing soundlessly on his ghost paws. He flicked his fluffy tail up into the air, whipping the tip in feline irritation. He glared at me for a moment, then turned his displeasure back to Hayward as he stalked toward the couch. He leapt up and curled into a ball atop the pile of throw pillows gathered at one end of the couch. I'd chucked them all to one side during a frantic hunt for the remote control earlier that morning. "Thank you, Lady Scarlet," Hayward said, with a self-satisfied grin. I rounded on him, and it slid from his face. "Drop the self-righteous routine, Hayward," I said. When he continued to hover, I took a deep breath, reaching for my last shred of patience. "What do you want?" Hayward was an old ghost, a once-upon-a-time English gentleman. He died in 1926 after suffering a heart attack during the encore of a premiere musical performance at the Vienna Opera House, hence the perma coattails and top hat. I guess if you have to be a ghost, you may as well be a fashionable one,